눈 감고요. 눈 뜨고요. 감고. 눈 뜨고요. 눈이 좀 잘 안 떠지죠, 그렇죠? 그래서 눈이 잘 안 떠지는 걸 안검하수라 그래요. 안검하수의 정도가 조금 뭐 중간 이상으로 심한 편이라 이마에 주름이 많잖아요, 그렇죠? 나이는 19살인데 이마는 뭐 이미 주름이 많이 생겨 있어요. 눈살이 조금 멀거든요. 눈살이 조금 멀어요. 전체적으로 눈을 좀 더 예쁘게 하려면 앞트임을 하는 것도 아주 괜찮아요. 그래서 수술은 눈매 교정을 하는데 뭐 아직 절개는 필요 없으니까요. 비절개로 할 수 있어요. 눈을 좀 더 크고 시원하게 할 수 있겠죠. 궁금하신 거? 흉터도 잘 안 보이고 인상도 부드러우실 거예요.
You know, plastic surgery first starts in Korea with the Korean War, and so a lot of the doctors treating war victims, you know, they did sort of reconstructive surgery. Then they start getting into sort of cosmetic surgeries, right? And then for a long time, you know, people did just little very minor kind of things. Again, mostly eyelid surgeries and things like that. But then more recently, with the growth of the plastic surgery industry, now people get much more complicated procedures done.
My name is Angela Kim. I just graduated Harvard with a degree in neurobio. I came to Korea for about 6 days, and unknown to me, my mom sent me here to get plastic surgery.
Surgery is one of the many areas that grows along with higher incomes and the ability to consume.
한국에 성형외과들이 얼마나 많이 있다고 지금 생각하세요?
정확한 숫자는 모르겠는데요. 그러니까 강남 압구정 신사 쪽이 제일 많아요. 아마 1000개 정도 된다고 알고 있고 전국적으로는 한 3000개 정도 된다고.
There's one right here. There's one above us. There's one there. There's one there. There's one here. There's one on the 4th floor. Right next door there's another one on the 2nd floor and 3rd floor. That's the one that I went to get consultation. You see a lot of plastic surgery advertisements in Korea. It's like, especially live in the city, in the more populated areas, you see it every block, every building, there's at least one.
Plastic surgery advertisements, you cannot get away from them. You can't even escape the multitude of images that you see. It's very difficult to not think about your own appearance. I think when you're confronted with so many different images of before and after images and just this pressure to always be beautiful, I think they have to affect the way that women feel about themselves. Seeing these things, of course, I can't help as well but think about if I had lived here, if I had grown up in Korea, perhaps I would have also, you know, participated and had something done.
They usually get nose operations, eyelid, you know, cheekbone, chin, There's many different plastic surgeons I understand. What's controversial is that women often use some of the famous actresses or singers as templates for what they want to look like. So they tend to look very similar.
사람의 그 미모라는 것이 유행을 타거든요. 어느 날은 갸름한 얼굴 좋다, 어느 날은 약간 통통한 얼굴이 좋을 수도 있고 끝없이 다른 걸 변화를 추구하게 되죠.
My aunt and I agreed that because my mom wants it so badly for me, I should just entertain her and just go for a consultation. Next morning, I woke up to my aunt making an appointment the day of. And like 2 hours later, I headed out to consult a plastic surgeon who showed me how I'll look like with a double eyelid surgery. And I agreed. It's very simple. You make 5 holes and you just stick a string through it. It's hard to kind of resist that temptation of like, you might look prettier.
사람들은 그 아름다운 그 시점에 고정을 시키고 싶어 하니까 성형을 하게 되는 겁니다.
If, you're not liked, or if you don't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, there's something wrong with your outer features, and a way to fix it is plastic surgery. I think the impact of your look is big, and especially like social setting. If you look more beautiful, people treat you better. If you look more put together, people have greater trust. People think you're more competent, you're more intelligent. And most likely, if that person is pretty or handsome, you're going to have a better impression of that person. And the same goes for job interviews.
So in my research, I was lucky enough to be able to talk to a former human resources employee from Samsung who talked to me about a little bit what it was like in terms of the hiring process. Because all of the job applications in Korea, you're required to have a photo attached to the application, which is actually not so uncommon in other places. So if they perhaps have the same qualifications as another candidate when they're applying for a job, they think that if they're prettier, if they're more beautiful, then they have a better chance at getting that position.
Any kind of way of getting an edge of a very competitive society is often why people will explain why cosmetic surgery might be popular among women. Actually, most of those pictures are usually photoshopped anyway, so people rarely look like what their application photos look like. And so even men sometimes will get probably procedures done to differentiate themselves in the job market.
She was very interested in breaking down this sort of, or deconstructing this mythology that is, I think many people believe that your appearance is so important in terms of getting that first interview. And she actually said that, no, actually it's more important what kind of qualifications the person has, how they present themselves in their resume, how they present themselves in the letter of application. And that her belief is that the beauty industry, specifically the plastic surgery clinics, are really, really engaging in predatory practices when they claim that appearance is so important to even getting your foot in the door. It just seemed very one-sided, like a very black and white issue. I mean, I am against it, of course, in so many different ways, but I also understand that the issue is much more complex than the very surface encounters that we have with the practice.
I had to make a decision whether I want to follow through with the surgery or not. 4 to 5 days. Well, actually, like, well, there's a deposit of $100, so I had to make that commitment. Like, they gave me 3 hours.
그러니까 수술이 잘 되고 본인이 만족해하고 뭐 그 환자의 엄마도 같이 좋아하시고 뭐 그런 거는 당연히 이제 보람이겠죠, 그렇죠? 그리고 뭐라 그럴까요? 수술 전에보다 수술 후에 확실히 표정에서 자신감이 느껴져요. 그런 건 확실히 있어요. 그런 거 그게 저희 보람이죠.
자신감도 주는 것 같고 더 많은 인생의 기회를 주는 건 맞는 것 같아요. 예뻐지면.
I think it's complicated because I don't believe that engaging in plastic surgery can make your dreams come true. However, I think psychologically it probably improves people's self-esteem. But rather than, you know, seeing like plastic surgery as the end-all, be-all to improving someone's self-esteem, then perhaps try to, you know, fix those things in the society or, you know, in someone's, you know, the factors that make it so that people feel like their appearance matters that much.
괴물 네 많은데 여기 많잖아요. 근데 많긴 한데 뭐 자기의 만족이니까 제가 뭐라고 할 수 있는 부분은 아닌 것 같아요. 각자의 삶이니까.
I don't know if we can really judge the people by what they do. I think there's a huge societal pressure. Like, if you don't look societally beautiful, like, it affects your job prospects, it affects your future husband. So I can't really blame people for getting it. And then I do think it's a personal choice. The reason why I decided 9 hours before the operation to not go with the operation was I wasn't sure if I wanted it that badly. Don't want to contribute to that peer pressure of everyone having this double eyelid and making that a beauty thing.
시간이 모질라서 죽겠네 죽겠네